Aquarius new moon message for you. Hello and welcome. My name is Nicolene. I am the Flame Keeper. I'm a spiritual coach, energy healer, medical medium practitioner and clairvoyant artist. And I'm here to share with you today the important and potent message that this time during the new moon offers to us. So new moons are always a time of beginnings, but this new moon is extra potent because it's happening at the start of the lunar new year. So happy new year everyone. We're now in this new phase and we really are being offered an opportunity here to make a change from the old, to actually split off from the old way of being and to start something fresh. And when I tuned in and asked what the message was for this new moon, I was brought back to this image that I painted about 11 years ago now. And when I tuned into the energy of why and what this message was really about, I obviously discovered that the new moon is happening in the sign of Aquarius. Now, Aquarius is the water symbol. It symbolizes deep emotions. And I know that there's a lot really being brought to the surface right now. A lot of troubled emotions that we've repressed, that have been stuck in our bodies for so long, and they're kind of bubbling away to the surface and asking to be released. And it's quite stormy. The water is quite stormy. It's quite turbulent. Are you finding it so? Are you finding that these emotions are quite intense right now? You're definitely not alone. Now, Aquarius, the job of Aquarius is actually to transmute energy. Its job as the water bearer is to bring through emotions, the water, the symbolizing the emotions, to bring it into the vessel, to clean and transmute that energy, so to clear the water, to clear the emotions, and then to release it back to the earth. Now, also happening right now during this new moon, Chiron, the planet symbolizing the wounded healer, is conjunct the North Node. And what that means for us is that, again, a lot of traumas, a lot of healing that we haven't yet done is really being brought to the surface. And again, it's an opportunity for us to do this deep work and to release these things that are holding us back. Pluto, of course, is extremely active right now. It is sitting in the sign of Aquarius, amping up this energy of the new moon. Pluto brings power, and it's lending its power to the Aquarius energy right now. And so those watery emotions, that deep water, that where we haven't disturbed those emotions for so long, that's what's really we're being called to dive deeper into. This painting that I painted 11 years ago is called Siren's Torment, and it really symbolized for me how I felt when I was first beginning to have my awakening, where there was so much repressed emotion, sadness and guilt, so much self-blame and hatred within me that I really just didn't know how to release. And I felt like I was trapped in it. And this is what I was shown a lot of people are feeling right now. Perhaps you're feeling this way. And this image came to me and asked to come through me, which is what happens with my art. I see visions, I channel them, and they become paintings. And what it was saying to me was actually showing me that the energy that I had within me was actually what was damaging and hurting me. This jellyfish lady, this was me. This is what I felt I was. And all her tendrils were kind of coming back and inflaming herself, her own body. And she was stuck in this world of pain where it really wasn't possible to get away from that pain because the pain was inside of her. or rather inside of me. And so the message from Spirit today is really that you can use this time of the new moon to let go of some of that blame, some of that guilt and the self-loathing that you hold deep within you. It is poisoning you. It is hurting you on a daily basis, and it's not something that you can project onto the outside and say, oh, it's that person's fault, or if only this hadn't have happened to me. Having that sort of an attitude about this energy keeps you stuck in that loop. It keeps you always within the grip of those tendrils. There is an opportunity to release it, but first there must come responsibility. You must move from victimhood and from blaming others and saying, oh, well, you know, it's their fault that this happened to me. How dare they? They've treated me so badly, and all those things. Yes, outside things have happened to you. It's true. But everything emanates from our personal energy. So if there is trapped traumas or emotions, deep emotions within you that have not been released, that have not been dealt with, you will see them expressed in the outer world. And they will be expressed in the same energy that those emotions hold. So they could be traumatic energy. Now you can choose to let this go. This is a powerful choice point, a point of new beginnings. And what I'd like to say to you is that by taking responsibility for the energy that you contain, that you embody, you actually become really empowered, because you are able to choose to let things go in your own time, in divine timing. Are you being called to let things go now? Have you reached a point where to continue in the pain, with the level of pain that you currently have, is no longer possible for you? I know that I myself reached this point. I actually ended up so sick because of the emotions that I had within me, deep, deep emotions that were unprocessed, trauma from childhood that went unacknowledged, that I ended up bedridden for 10 years. I was in a wheelchair part of that time, and I lost pretty much all functions. So I struggled to speak. I couldn't walk properly. I struggled to hold a pen and to read. I couldn't communicate on the phone because of the severe brain fog. Those emotions will demand everything from you. If you hold on to it, it will poison all areas of your life. But it's not necessary to hold on to them. Emotions are fleeting. They are energy that's asking to move through you, for you to transmute it. It is meant to be a fleeting experience. But when they are overwhelming and big, and we don't know how to process them, what tends to happen is we clench up, and it forms an energy blockage that then restricts the flow of spirit through us. It restricts the flow of abundance and blessings and wisdom and knowledge. And instead, what we attract into our lives, what we see mirrored in our external, is the energy of those dark emotions. So, one of the very key things to do here, if you find yourself trapped in this pain, this level of pain right now, it's actually because you have not honored your own emotions. You have not tuned in and given yourself the opportunity to feel what it is you need to feel so that you can let it go. And this comes from being an empath, from choosing to be an empath as a survival tactic, where you're constantly tuning into others. You don't have boundaries that are sufficient, and other people take advantage of that. You find yourself overgiving. You found yourself people-pleasing. And then you found yourself being completely used up and exhausted, and you become bitter and resentful and angry and depleted. But you can choose to let go of those emotions so that you can embody fresh, new energy. And if it's time for you to do this, if it's time for you to let the old way of being, the old limited you, the restricted you, die, so that you can be empowered to be reborn and rise in this fresh new energy, please reach out to me. I offer a free breakthrough chat, which is available. You can book it on my website at theflamekeeper.com.au. And I'd love to chat to you about what you're trying to manifest in your life and what the blocks may be, so that you can move forward in this powerful energy. And if you're interested in my art, you can have a look at my website, theflamekeeper.com.au. I have a range of original channeled paintings as well as limited edition prints. Thank you so much.